Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. While I was browsing through some articles, some news, I found this article, and the names drew my attention, and I started digging, just at the surface. I didn't have to go too deep. And I found what I thought I will find. And I think the Republic of Moldova is engaged in some very anti-Semitic activities, I would say. They arrest a political figure of Jewish origin who was trying to just go and visit Israel, and she has some connections with another political, I think, an important figure in Republic of Moldova who is already in Israel. And I think these guys are hunted by the Moldovan police, and let's see what's going on actually. So I have one article and two little articles from the Wikipedia, so I can, provide some information on, biography. So this is biographical information, let's put it this way. This article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine, and it's from May 1st, 2023. And the title reads, Vice Chair of Moldova's pro-Russian party detained at Chisinau airport in possible attempt to escape justice. So this woman, she's the vice chair of Moldova's pro-Russian party. And I saw here, I said, Marina Tauber. Tauber, it's not a Romanian name. I don't think it's a Russian name either. So I said, what's going on here? Why would you guys arrest poor little thing? So Marina Tauber, the vice chair of Moldova's pro-Russian party, SURE, that's another word that we will dig into, was detained on May 1st at Chisinau, the capital of Moldova, International Airport, on her way to Tel Aviv. Local news outlet Point.md reports. Why would you go to Tel Aviv, I was thinking. Moldova's anti-corruption prosecutor's office called for the detention after suspecting that Ms. Tauber of falsifying the party's financial statements and helping to facilitate the illegal financing of the criminal group of SURE, leader Ilan Shor. So she was in charge of helping this criminal, quote-unquote, group of SURE leader Ilan Shor. So I said, okay, let me see what's going on here with Tel Aviv. I mean, I think these guys have a problem with her and with Mr. Shor here, and that's not right. So I went here and I said, okay, she was born on May 1st. What a coincidence. 1986 is a Moldovan politician. Since 2019, she has been a member of the Parliament of Republic of Moldova. Marina Tauber was born in Chisinau in a family of Jewish origin. And she was a high school colleague with Ilan Shor, the one that they say that it's a criminal group. I said, okay, let me see, who's this Ilan Shor? I went over there, and this is Mr. Ilan Shor. So then I found out that Mr. Ilan Shor is born on March 6, 87, is an Israel-born Moldovan oligarch. Okay, nothing wrong with that. And Shor was born in Tel Aviv, Israel, His Moldovan Jews from Chisinau, who had moved to Israel in the 1970s. Oh yeah, so that's probably a case of little anti-Semitism against these two guys who just want to meet in Tel Aviv, I guess. 2014 Moldovan bank fraud scandal. I guess some people were involved in this one. And then it seems like he fled to Israel. So he is, I think, right there right now. But let me see where we find it here. Correct? Correct. And we find that Mr. Shor actually is in Israel, right at the end of the article. Is in 2015, Ilan Shor was sentenced to 7.5 years in prison for fraud and money laundering in the notorious $1 billion fraud case. In 2019, Ilan Shor fled Moldova. According to some reports, he is currently in Israel. So I think he was just going over there to pay him a visit. But hey, so the prosecutor's office filed a request on April 20th to change the pretrial restriction from conditional release under judicial supervision to pretrial detention after Tauber violated the terms of her restriction conditions. Tauber requested on 28th of April that the court postpone the hearing so that she could travel to Israel. She would be gone. Following her previous violations of conditions, she did it before. She's a lady. The prosecutor's office deemed her a flight risk, and considered it necessary to detain her at the airport. Shortly before her detention, the lawmaker posted a video message on Facebook saying that she knew she would be detained but had planned a flight abroad to undergo medical examinations. I was planning to fly abroad today. The trip was planned long ago. I need to visit the doctor and I didn't know that there would be a court hearing in connection with the change of my preventive measure. Okay. So, on April 13, the Chisinau Court of Appeal sentenced the fugitive MP and leader of the Shor party, Ilan Shor, to 15 years in prison with confiscation of property worth over 270 million. But I read something about $1 billion here. So, the court also banned Shor from holding positions in the banking system for 5 years and nationalized his assets. So this I read again. He is currently, according to some reports, he is currently in Israel. So these guys are hunting these two guys now who just tried to meet in Israel. It's very strange because these guys are of Jewish origin, of the opposition party in Moldova, but they're pro-Russia. Russia fights Ukraine. Ukraine has, as far as I know, Zelensky is Jewish, Shmihal is Jewish, Reznikov is Jewish, Yermak is Jewish. So you got a defense minister, Jewish, you got a chief of staff, Jewish, Yermak, you got prime minister, Denis Mihal, Jewish, and you got the elected president of Ukraine, Jewish. So it's very strange, all this combination. But hey, that's the way it is. I'm pretty sure it's just a coincidence. So here is a situation where you have these guys supporting Russia, but then on the other hand, the other guys are calling Russians anti-Semite and doing this and all that. I guess whatever is working for some at one point and was beneficial. So we'll see. I hope I'm waiting for a reaction coming from some important interests regarding what's going on, because they can't just arrest this lady over there and that guy over there, you know what I mean? Unless they committed a crime and the guy was already indicted, wasn't he? Convicted? It was he was sentenced. It's already done deal, Mr. Shor. So I thought it was just an important combination, you know, Jewish vice president of a party, pro-Russian party, involved with a guy who defrauded some banks, $1 billion banking something. He fled allegedly to Israel. She was just going to Israel for a medical procedure. These guys were pro-Russia, pro-Putin. Putin is fighting in Ukraine, a Jewish, you know, very, very complicated. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.